Welcome to episode 2 of Meet the Band. Today we're sitting here with Wim, the bass player of the band. Hi, Wim.
Hey,
Welcome.
good evening.
Who or what made you decide to pick up the bass guitar?
Well, I guess it's more of a what than a who. I started playing bass 3-4 years ago now, and I've always played the electric guitar since I was 12. I've always played in metal and hardcore punk bands, and well, until a given point, I was sick and tired of doing that. So I decided to try and do something new. I've played in many bars, many gigs, and just I was in need for something new, and I started to play the bass. And I started playing the bass in a cover band first, and then afterwards, I think maybe after a year or so, I started in a metal band again, playing small gigs, small pubs. So yeah.
Okay, and how did you end up in the band AGAOS as our shepherd?
Well, that's a funny story though. At a certain point, I met Stig because we both love gear, we both love guitars, we both love amps that go very loud. And we talked a bit. We even met a couple of times. We jammed some amps, we jammed some guitars. And at a given point, I don't know anymore if he texted me or gave me a phone call. Mm-hmm. And he asked, hey, do you know any bass player? We're looking for a bass player for our band. And I didn't see myself fitting in the first moment. So it's like, yeah, I'll look around. And there's this thing with bass players and drummers. Mm-hmm. They all are in 4 or 5 bands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody plays a guitar. so it's hard to find a drummer or a bass player. And since there was little to no response, I called Stig again. I said, well, if you think I'm good enough, I'm willing to give it a shot. And so he sent me the songs. I studied them. I wound up in the rehearsal room. We played the songs, and a couple of days later, we were on stage.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're a relatively new member of the band. What did you do musically before you joined the band?
Well, quite some stuff. I played in a metal band, Icarian. We ended up at a deathmetal.be sampler. We had quite some good shows with that band. I also played in a hardcore band after that, because when we were in a metal band, it took a lot of time. It was quite technical. And then everybody became a dad. There were kids involved. We didn't have the time anymore, but we wanted to do something, rough, but more easy. And that's mainly how we ended up in the punk hardcore scene. And we did that with a band called Failed State.
Okay.
And we had like 3 albums released, a lot of shows. But yeah, that's mainly it, I guess.
Okay, yeah. And when you joined the band, what were your first thoughts about the band and the band members?
Okay, about the band members even. Well, the first thought is that they're all very big. They're huge people. No, but really, they're all very nice people. They're all very welcoming, and they're all great artists and performers. I think Fons is a really, really tight drummer. He also really feels the music, which helps me as a bass player to keep the groove going. I think Stig is a really good songwriter. The songs really have a good diversity in going hard and some kind of that melodic vibe going on. Matthijs, he's one of the best guitar players I've ever seen. There's many guitar players that say like, yeah, if I hear something, I just can play this. And he also does it, but he always improves when he's listening to something. So that's very cool. And then San, he has a great range with his vocals. He's also a very welcoming guy. He's an animal on stage, which really helps.
Okay, and then last question. What is your favorite song from AGAOS as our shepherd to play live?
Since I'm relatively new with the band, I don't know all songs. So to play live, I think that would be either Fire to the Throne, yeah, or no, let's keep it at Fire to the Throne, because it has a nice rhythm, a nice tempo to it. It goes fast. It has a very good melodic breakup. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing that one.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.